Welcome, children. Welcome back to the second part of prepositions. We were continuing in preposition in within a space of time. I will do it in a moment. I shall be back in a week's time. He can finish this work in an hour. That all shows that within some given time or space, it will be done. And we want to include something like he has in him the making of a good leader. He is a man in his 20s. It's between 20 and 29. It is something connected to dress. He is a prince in disguise. The boy is in his shirt sleeves. Means he's not wearing a coat, he's just wearing a shirt. Look at the girl in white. Means the one who is wearing white clothes, white dress. Physical surrounding, like don't go out in the rain. He lost his way in the dark. I like to sleep in the open. It is difficult to work in this heat. Now, if it is condition, then how do we use in? He is in poor health. He is in a rage. She was in tears. Now, if it is a manner, he is talking in a loud voice. Please pay me in cash. Degree. The enemy appeared in great strength, means great strength was there. That in is used here. Preposition. Identity. You will always have a good friend in me. Means you will always identify me as a good friend. Relation and reference. He is a good man in every way. She is deficient in courage. Basu is blind in the left eye. Blind in the left eye. Occupation. He is in the army, navy, air force, business. He is in the army or he is in the navy. He is in the air force. He is in the business. You can say anyway. The occupation you can say. I spent a lot of time in reading. How do you spend the time? In reading. A lot of time in reading. There also we use in. So now let us take the next preposition, that is with. Possessions. Here is a book with yellow pages. I saw her with angry looks in her eyes. For filling. The sack was filled with cement. The hills were covered with snow. Fill the box with books. Means and instruments. He writes with a costly pen. I have seen it with my own eyes. I did the work with your help. So, how with is used as a means and as an instrument. Accompaniment, relationship. I live with my parents. Yes. I am accompanied by my parents. He will be going to the city with me. The inspector with his staff will come here. Opposition. Unnecessarily, he fought with me. Cause. He was trembling with fear, trembling with rage. Can be any way. Manner. He did the work with his whole heart. They welcomed the guest with open arms. How? What was the manner there? With open arms. Care and responsibility. The decision rests with you. I am leaving the child with you. That is under your care, under your responsibility. Regard to. We sympathized with her for what had happened. What do you want with me? Smoking is a habit with many people. agreement and harmony. I am with you on this point. Does this tie go well with this coat? Does it suit? In spite of, with all her effort, best efforts, she could not succeed. In spite of all the efforts, that sense uh, is given when we use with. Apart from these, we have other prepositions also. Let us see their usage. About. The first one we take is about. It is about, it's now about 6 o'clock. The princes have gone to ride about the country. Please tell us all about the war. She is about to be married. So, how we use them? The word about, the preposition about. Now, above. This passage is above his power of comprehension, means he cannot understand. He is above all meanness. He lives above his means. She is not above asking a favor. The patient was asleep. The attendants did not speak above their breath. Sorry, did not speak about their breath. After. After death comes the judgment. He is a child after my own heart. What is he after? The son takes after his father. How do we use against? You're acting against orders, rules. I'm not prepared to vote against the motion. You're hoping against hope. So, behind. Now let us see the next preposition, behind. Do not speak ill of a person behind his back. The train is behind time. The donkey walked close behind its master. When you read the sentence, you get an idea. Where is what? The donkey, where is donkey, where is master? So this word behind gives the exact position of the donkey, isn't it? Beyond. What can you say about life beyond the grave? Do not live beyond your means. It is beyond the power of medicine to cure him. So, beyond is the preposition here, and these are the few uses. Now, by. He traveled partly by land and partly by water. The West Indies won by 7 wickets. I caught him by the shoulder. Can you tell the time by the sun? I'm sure to be here by sunset. He won't do things by halves. He has a son by his first wife. Do you get the meaning there? Now, how for is used. We were ready for battle. I know this for certain that he is innocent. I sell these at 12 for a rupee. I would not give it up for all the world. He hangs his head for shame. She is brave for a woman. Now, another preposition, from. I have known him from a boy. I did it from gratitude and not from fear. Light comes from the sun. Can you tell a butterfly from a moth? Now, into. How do we use into? The child was frightened into fits. He has got into difficulties. Now, off. He is a man of noble family. He died of typhoid. His brother is blind of one eye. He is quite confident of success. No more of that, please. He is a fast friend of mine. The president did not approve of his plan. His evidence is of great value. So, how off is used, we have seen. The next one is on. He had been hit on the head. He is an authority on zoology. The ship is on the way to China. Let us go on horseback. He lends money on good security. The doctor put me on antibiotics. Out of. It is out of his power to get the young man employed. I paid him out of my own pocket. The book is now out of print. The next preposition is over. The water is all over the fields. You can't get this thing done over my head. He has an advantage over me. Next one is through. He got this post through influence. He bore a hole through the door. He worked hard all through the year. He could not see through the game of that rascal. 2. Are you prepared to say it to his face? Where does this road lead to? They fought to the last man. The poor man lives from hand to mouth. I hope the dinner is to your liking. That is all to no purpose. He is given to opium eating. Next is under. There is nothing new under the sun. He traveled under the name of Colonel Verma. The house is still under repair. Next preposition is upon. Upon my word, he is a gentleman. We have no evidence to go upon. He fell upon his enemy. I was thrown upon my own resources. Within. Keep within doors, please. The peon was ordered to be within call. Keep your expenses within your income. Without. He escaped without damage. He will come to my help without fail. Which preposition to use when? Sometimes it may be a little difficult to decide which preposition to use. So let us see that. In and at. In is used with the names of continents, countries, states, sizable territories, and large cities. At is used with towns, villages, etc. He is not at home. He lives at Batala. He lives in Punjab. He lives at Chandarnagar in Bengal. When we speak of large, very large places, we usually say he lives in London, in England, not at London, in England, in London, in England. So, in is used for bigger ones, at for smaller ones. He died in Paris, in France. We don't say he died at Paris, in France, because Paris is smaller than France. So we don't say like that. Now, at and on, compare these sentences now. He sat at the table, he sat on the table. What is the difference there? At in the first sentence means that he sat with his chair drawn to the table, very close to the table. On in the second sentence means that he sat on top of the table. Do you find the difference there? Now, between, among. Between is used in speaking of two persons or things. Among in speaking of more than two persons or things. The cat sat between Mohan and Rohan, means two people were there. Between them, the cat was sitting. He sat among the boys, means more than two. So, between can also relate to more than two persons or things if we have a definite number in mind. Like you can say Switzerland lies between France, Germany, Italy, Austria. This is a different case. Okay. Besides, how to use. Beside means at or by the side of. Besides means in addition to or other than. They both give different meanings that you have to learn by heart. I live I live beside the stream. Yes, by the side of the stream. Besides all this, the corn must be cut. Nobody besides Mohan could have done it. So, can you find the difference there? Now, the difference between in and within the usage. In means at the end of. Within means before the end of. He will return in a week means at the end of the week. He will return within a week means before the end of the week. Do you find the difference? So as per your need, you can use it. Next is at and about. At is used with a fixed moment, but indicates proximity to a certain time. He left work at 4 o'clock. It is about 4 now. About indicates proximity, approximate something to a certain time, something near about it. At about 4 o'clock, at about the time he left work, are therefore wrong. You don't use like that. At 4 o'clock, you can say, or about, it is about 4 now, you can say like that. Till by. Till means not earlier than, by means not later than. I was kept waiting till 3 o'clock, means up to 3 o'clock. I shall return home by 3 o'clock, means not later than 3 o'clock. Now, since and for. This is very important. Since as a preposition is used before a noun or phrase denoting some point of time. For is used to denote a period of time. For example, he has been working since morning. Means that is the point of time. Okay. I have been doing nothing for 2 hours. Means the period of time it denotes. I have been living in Mumbai since 1980. Since is preceded by a verb in some perfect tense. From is used before noun or phrase denoting some point of time. But unlike since is used with all the tenses. Ram Swaroop works from morning to evening. I shall join office from Monday. Point of time, period of time, and now we come to from, which is point of time. But it's not like since, it is used in all the tenses. Before, for. Before is used to denote a point of future time. For is used in negative sentences to denote a period of time in future. I shall finish my work before next month. During this month means before next month means During this work, this month itself, I'll finish. I am not resuming duty for a week yet. Until a week has passed, I'm not going to come. So, the difference between before and for. Before, during, and for, until that particular time. On, over. On denotes actual contact with some object, like put the pen on the table. Over does not do so actually. Thick mist hung over the forest. It doesn't come in contact exactly. Do you see the difference in the sentences? Similarly, let us see some more. Aim at doing, averse to from playing, assist in doing, confident of succeeding, addicted to gambling, fond of reading, hinder from visiting, prevent from working, insist on going, expert in inventing, intent on visiting, desist from talking, refrain from hunting, tired with traveling, persist in disobeying, negligent in playing, excuse for being late, succeed in doing, and so on. At times, the prepositions are also omitted. Prepositions of time, when is generally absent from, absent before last, next, and this. I met him last Sunday. We may discuss it next time. I will not go to Agra this year. The use of prepositions in the following type of sentence is optional. He telephoned me the day before yesterday. On the day before yesterday, also, you can say. She came here the previous winter, or in the previous winter, you can say. The next day, he left this place. On the next day, you can say. We lived there for 3 months. We lived there 3 months. That also is okay. For a lot of time, we sat on the beach. You can omit for also. Both are correct. Now, prepositions after verbs. Some intransitive verbs become transitive by placing a preposition. Listen to, apply to, partake of, aware of, beware of, depend upon, dispense with, prevail upon, dispose of, and so on. There are some different prepositions, some words which differ slightly in form and meaning from each other. Take different prepositions after them. I have no desire for fame. I am desirous of attending the meeting. We say confidence in, but confident of. According to, but in accordance with. Sensible of, but insensible to. Affection for, affectionate to. There's a little change in the word, and then the preposition taken is also different. Ambition for, ambitious of, fond of, fondness for, neglectful of, but negligent in, dislike to, but liking for. So we come to an end of this preposition topic. The same time, there are some more pages, you see, like accompanied with, anything having no life. We use the word accompanied with. Accompanied by, when do we use by? Anything having life, there we use by. Agree with a person. Agree to a proposal. Agree upon a point. Agree on a course. Adapted to a thing. Adapted for a course. Adapted from an author. Angry at a thing. Angry with a person. Apply for a position or something. Apply to a person. Compare with, and compare to without analyzing. So in this way, you have the word and the preposition. It takes place. It takes according to the need. So you have to write down this, take a Xerox of it, and learn these. A big list is given, please. I wish that you write them or learn them, and that will help you to write your answers better. There are some 3-4 pages to be taken. Okay, that's all for today. Bye, children.